Hello everybody, welcome back to GameRant.com. I'm Anthony, Taormina, editor-in-chief of the website. It's mailbag time. All right, so our friends at Razer have sent us a controller. You know me, I love my controllers. Specifically for my PC controllers, I am a PC hooked up to the TV, sit on the couch guy. I know some of you are probably like, but I love to do it, so I'm always looking for newest, latest, best when it comes to the controller, and Razer has made one of my favorites. So I do have here, this is the Razer Wolverine V3 Pro. So this is the white version. It also comes in black, and I've been a huge fan of this controller. And then when Razer announced this guy, which is actually the Wolverine V3 Pro 8K PC, I was like, I have to try it. I have to know, because that 8K in the name is a big deal because it's hyperpolling. So faster response time, and when you're sitting on the couch, you're using the USB dongle, you want to make sure that your inputs are being registered as quickly as possible. So I was super intrigued by this. So this is the kind of the hyperpolling version of this existing V3 Pro, which is a fantastic controller, and I'll talk about it when we look at this because design-wise, it's very similar. All right, so let's crack into this controller. I guess I can show in a little more detail. Like, it kind of highlights the key features, but obviously the main one is that 8K hertz hyperpolling. And then on the back, you've got all your fancy smancy features, which I'll show you in more detail and talk about, because like I mentioned, my experience with the Wolverine V3 Pro has been fantastic. And a lot of what this controller, grand reveal, offers is very similar. So you get a nice little traveling case. You also get a USB cable of some sort. Let's see what type of cable it is. It looks like USB-C to USB-A or 3.2, whatever you want to call it. I just like calling it USB-C and USB-A. Well, hopefully you understand what I mean. It's not a USB-C to USB-C. And then you get this really nice, it's really kind of smooth fabric case. Who doesn't like a case to carry around their controller? Obviously, there are people that take their controller very seriously. They're in the competitive zone, so being able to take this to like tournaments or friend's house or wherever, like, that's super useful. So case is nice in and of itself. I like that. All right, so let's zip it up. Nice little, like, kind of bendy zipper thing, so you can, I don't know, it's just a touch. There you go. Ooh boy. So now I have a black one and a white one. You've got little cushions in here. That's a nice little touch for it. And then you've got a little pocket here, a little mesh pocket that actually, so it folds over like this, but then it also has a pocket here. So you could theoretically tuck something under here, but I don't know. But then it does have a pocket. Most people like put their USB-C, or you can put little accessories that you want, things like that. All right, let's take the controller out. So main difference between the white one. So the white one had Xbox branding because it was targeted at Xbox. So this one just has the Razer branding on the power button. Size-wise, let's see. I assume they're the same size. I think the main difference that you feel in this 8K one is it doesn't have rumble, doesn't have haptic in the controller. So it definitely feels lighter, not significantly lighter, but lighter. This is by no means like a super heavy controller. But yeah, so you do have the Razer logo. I wonder if it'll illuminate it. And then on the back, you do have your clicky, mouse click, tactile, get a little ASMR for the folks. I love those a lot. I love me a good back button, especially for like your jump or your dodge or things like that. Wolverine V3 Pro also has these claw grip buttons. And you think like, okay, well, I don't use claw grip, this would not be super useful, but I find it like you can rest your fingers there, and you can actually use them for something else. So you really have access to 6 total additional buttons that are super customizable. You can go into Razer Synapse and customize them. But what is cool about the V3 Pro, the white one that I've used, and I assume it works for here, is that you can like customize these on the fly. There's like a little input and you just, I think it's like hold down the button and press down or something, and it'll flash. And then you can say like, this button, this M3 button, I want to touch it, and then it'll say, okay, tell me what button you want it to be, and then you say, I want it to be A, and then it'll lock that in. So you can actually like customize it on the fly. You can also go into Synapse, set up profiles, and use the buttons here in the center to like switch between those profiles. But you can also customize on like a per game basis to say, oh, I'm starting up Battlefield 6 and I want to be able to quickly reload. Okay, now I'm playing Elden Ring and I want to be able to dodge, and that's where I want these buttons. So I think it's super useful for me in particular, and hopefully it'd be useful for you. I do notice, so the interesting thing is the little port, the USB-C port on this guy has like a little like collar, shield, what have you. It's flush on this one, but it's got like a little collar. So if you are, playing in wired mode, which you can, you do get the 8K hertz hyperpolling in wired or wireless. Like you want to make sure that the cable doesn't get bumped or yanked out. And then also the triggers. So they have trigger stops. So you've got your standard triggers, and then you can flick, and then they become like clicky. One of the things that has sort of become a really popular thing in controller designs lately is like using mouse click-esque buttons. And Razer is one that's doing it. So like you get all these, like they have this like clicky feel like a mouse, your left and right mouse click. And I think it just feels really good. The sticks are great. I just really like the ergonomics of this controller a lot. So in addition to that 8K hertz hyperpolling, no haptics, so no rumble, so a little lighter. Some people are, they turn off rumble, so you don't have it at all. Then you also, the joysticks, so the original V3 Pro Wolverine, the Wolverine V3 Pro had Hall effect joysticks. Now we've upgraded these bad boys to TMR. TMR is like the new hotness. It's just trying to combat stick drift, trying to make sure that you get as minimal stick drift as possible. And TMR is like the new technology. It's the new buzzword. It's the new Hall effect. And then also the difference in I think this is just like a design thing, like the shiny, but the keycaps for the face buttons are PBT, which is the same type of material that are used on like the keycaps of a keyboard. So they're just kind of like giving you a little bit of Razer's experience with mice and keyboards in their controller. It's still a fantastic controller. Like it is not trying to like make it for the people that are using mouse and keyboard to like come over here. It's just a fantastic controller. I really do like it. I think the buttons and the customization is like the biggest feature for me, but that 8K hertz hyperpolling is going to be a big deal. And it also, to show you, is possible with this USB-A dongle. So you can use it wirelessly. Some people might be saying, well, I want that instant response rate, so I should have it wired. But it actually is capable with the dongle. And then you also get, in addition to that dongle in your case, you get a domed joystick topper, or new joystick, not a topper. So this is a domed one, and then you get a concave one, a little taller. Some people like the left joystick to be a little taller for like that precision, or maybe it's the right one. One of them. Some people like it to be a little taller for precision. I am not one of those people. I like this standard controller. But altogether, it's just a fantastic controller, and I think if you're looking for one and the haptics specifically, that like might be make or break, or you want the like branding for Xbox, the V3 Pro, the white one has that Xbox branding. But if you're not really interested in any of that and you want to go for like the best version, I think this is going to be the best version. I'm super excited to add this to my controller usage, couch, and PC. I know that there's some people at Razer that like we are simpatico on using that, so I know they have my best interests at heart, and I really do think that this is a fantastic controller. Very excited to test it out more. That's going to do it for today's Game Rant Mailbag. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Razer for sending us in the Wolverine V3 Pro 8K PC. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.